Hello, everyone. Hope everybody's doing well and safe, and as you're all under quarantine right now. And for those of you that are working in healthcare, which many of you do, again, thank you for all that you're doing out there. I know it's very hectic right now for my colleagues in healthcare. Even if you're not directly involved with COVID, there's a lot of uh, dynamic changes that are going on, and changes, I mean, even that will impact the content this course will become very relevant, and already have become very relevant with what's going on in healthcare. And that's being that many of the healthcare systems out there are not doing a lot of their bread and butter procedures that bring them the most money. So a lot of health systems are under some financial stress right now because they can't do those elective procedures, hip replacements, etc., that they would normally do. So there's some significant revenue loss going on out there. And organizations are going to be reacting to that revenue loss, and they already have. Where I work, we've already had furloughs, mandatory furloughs going on across the board. So, for people outside of healthcare, they think, "Oh, wow, you're really so busy." No, people are getting laid off by the thousands. So there's a lot of, I guess, really opposites. You got folks who are super busy that are handling, the direct COVID situation, and you have the other side, probably the other bulk of the institution, 80% that are, laid off, reduced hours, empty beds, that kind of thing. So there's going to be some very tough financial decisions, I think, that are going to be made for health systems all the way through the rest of the year. And this will probably go on into 21 as well, as health systems try to recover what the revenue that was simply lost. It'd be interesting to see how quickly that rebounds after we get done with this. But I have a suspicion that it will be many, many, many months, and more likely 12 months before we really see kind of normal activity that we had before COVID-19. But again, so there's a lot of stuff going on in healthcare. Very, there's all the cliches, unprecedented, and all that stuff out there. But very weird time indeed. All right, well, let's talk about this course and what we're doing. Week 5, here we are. So we're definitely on the downside of this course, and you guys probably, happy to kind of, see light at the end of the tunnel. And remember what I said in the very beginning of this course. I'm not trying to make you, financial experts, just to give you some of that knowledge so you can make decisions. Many of you are managers or going to be managers, and you can make those decisions, based on some financial principles that you've learned, in this course. In general, you're not going to be crunching numbers. Those numbers will be provided to you, but at least you have a good understanding of what those numbers mean, because you're going to be the ones that are making decisions. And if you're not a manager, if you're just guiding your own career, you'll be able to understand how the finance is impacting, everything within your career. And we're especially, again, seeing that right now. But so that's kind of, the status of the course. All the grading should be caught up as of today. There's only a few of you that I need to catch up on. So if you're one of those individuals, it should be all caught up by tomorrow morning. So jump in there and take a look at that. All right, so let's go in and take a look at what we have going on this week. And, again, we're doing capital structure and starting the budgeting, learning about the budgeting process, which will be, very, very critical. As managers, many of you will be involved in having some form of input in the budgeting process. Pretty standard week this week with our readings and presentations, topic, essay, learning activity. I have another extra credit thrown in there as well. So this is actually, if I'm counting, this will be, even though it says extra credit 2, we had a third extra credit, a secret one that was out there. So we've already had 3 extra credits in this course. Congratulations to you. I got that secret extra credit, and you sent me an email on that. So good job with that. Couple things real quickly. Graduation. As you know, I'm going to delete this particular category sitting right here because there will be no graduation, unfortunately, for the spring. Doesn't mean you're not graduating if you're set to graduate. Okay, you're still gonna, if you're completing your program, you're still going to complete your program. Just the ceremony, which we call commencement, will not be happening this spring. Stay tuned on, I think at this point they were planning on inviting individuals to our fall commencement, which will be in December of this year. So if you want to participate, stay tuned for that. Walk across the stage and get your diploma. My guess is what's going to happen, though, you're going to complete all of your program requirements if you're graduating this spring, and you'll be mailed your diploma, because you probably want to get that. You probably want to get the diploma. You don't want to wait. But stay tuned. The registrar will send you information on that. But the good news is that you don't need to worry about any kind of special due dates or anything like that if you're graduating. Historically, folks that are graduating that take this class have to be done with the class early, which causes them a little anxiety. So, because graduation happens at the end of the semester and we have to have all the grades in. So, but don't worry about it. You don't need to worry about it. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. So I really don't need to know who's graduating this spring. All right, and that's pretty much it, guys. Oh, I always promise you that's pretty much it. But if you watch this video up until this point, here's another little tidbit for you. As I've been grading the learning activities, many of you are mixing up the problems and questions, okay? In the back of the book, there are two sets. There's a set of questions with numbers, like question 11.1, 11.2, 11.3, and there's problems 11.1, 11.2, 11.3, all the way through. Questions, problems, okay? Problems are pretty easy. They're just words, mostly definitions. Problems are the math. So a few of you did all problems with some of your learning activities. When, and you're like, wow, you probably were going crazy crunching that math. And I saw some of you did a lot of work on that. I'm like, geez, it was actually 2 questions and 1 problem. The 2 questions were easy. Just, some definitions that you had to do. Kind of like copy it out of the book. And then you had 1 math type project, one math type question, or problem, I should say. The math stuff, the author of the book calls them problems, okay? For questions, or the writing part, just like definitions and stuff like that. So be aware of those. I gave folks credit because they did a lot of work when you're doing the harder one, but you're probably cursing me out as you're doing the entire thing. So just make sure problems, questions, they're completely different. Okay. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Everybody have a great week, and everybody stay safe and try to keep your sanity. As again, I know some of you are definitely in the quarantine mode, as am I, and enjoying my beard growth. I think this is it, guys. I don't think I can handle it much longer. It's driving me crazy. So I think the beard is going to go, and then we'll just maybe start the cycle over again. All right, everybody, have a great week. Thanks.